All right, my name is Valerie Lewis, and this is Trail Unicorns and Coffee event. We hold this event once a month, generally on the first Tuesday of the month. However, since the first Tuesday was July 4th, we moved it to Thursday for this month. But you can find us on meetup.com under Terrell Unicorns and Coffee for this monthly event. And this is Chatting with Interstellars. So let me give you a little background on what this event session will happen. Hi, Chelsea. Hi. During this session, what I do is I tap into what I have begun referring to as the Sirian Council. It's a team of Sirian entities who are more than happy to share their knowledge, wisdom, advice, support with us. And so that is who I generally tap into. This session is meant to be a general session, so it's not meant to be individual questions. If you do get into individual questions, just know it's going all over YouTube. But I ask you to try to keep your questions general. So let's say you're experiencing a breakup with your boyfriend. Instead of saying, what do the Interstellars want me to know about me and that asshole Chad, you would instead say, what do the Interstellars have to say about human relationships? Or what do the Interstellars have to say about how I can call in more love to my life? So we keep it general so that the questions and the answers can apply to the entire group so that we're not getting into individual readings. With that being said, I generally try to open up to the Interstellars and see if they have any beginning messages or channel messages just for the group as a whole. And then we will get into calling on individuals who might have questions. Please have questions. Please have questions. It works better for me. I try to step out of the way as much as possible during these particular sessions. So as the question comes in, I allow them to answer. So it helps if I'm not prompting the questions, if you just have your questions locked and loaded, so to speak. Let's see what else. I've already set the space. I've already invited our friends in. They're already waiting in the rafters in the stands, so to speak. The only other thing I want to say is I can absolutely guarantee you that the Sirian Council will give you answers. However, I have known that during these sessions, often other entities from other star systems can step in, sometimes even from the angelic realm. I'm just letting you know that in case you have a specific question that you feel might be answered better by another entity or another star group. They are also present with us. I just don't know who will be speaking. Generally, the Sirian Council does most of the speaking, but sometimes others interject. With that being said, I think I covered all of the bases. Thinking, I think so. I think we're ready to go. So I am going to get connected. I'm going to be silent here for just a moment as I get connected and let them step in, and then I will call on you individually to see what questions you might have. You can go ahead and start raising your hands if you have a question, and I will call on you one by one. So give me just a moment here. We are pleased to be gathering with you this evening in Earth time. And we are ready for your questions. Short and sweet. Seems like they didn't have too much of a monologue there. Ari, let me give you ability to, there you go.
All right. I have a question about the big energetic shifts, like with the Schumann resonance and with the solar flares. Like, do they have any information on why that might be?
That's such a brilliant question. I'm like, why didn't I ask them that? Yeah, let's go. All right. Dampeners were put in place long ago on your planet. Those dampeners are being removed, lifted, recalibrated. The energy that you are experiencing, that you are labeling as spikes, increased frequency, is actually a returning to Earth's natural frequency. Earth has always been a high vibration planet for many reasons that we will not go into this evening. Dampeners, which is the best word we can find, were put in place. This benefited all. Those dampeners are being lifted so that you can truly experience Earth in all her magnificence. As these are being translated as spikes and increases in frequency, from our vantage point, we are seeing it as a returning to the natural state of things. These increased frequencies, natural state, is allowing Mother Earth to heal herself. It's allowing her to restore. There is absolutely no chance she will ever be destroyed. However, for the benefit of all, some of her true powers were quieted. Humankind being able to experience the destructive force of their own actions has been of benefit to all. Had Mother Nature been in her full power, humankind's actions would have no effect on her. There were experiences for all to learn from allowing her true power to be dampened. As you all individually speak of reaching higher vibrations, shifting to different dimensions, experiencing the expansionness, the infinite of the universe, Mother Earth herself is also returning to doing these things. And as she allows her light to shine, so to speak, she allows rapid healing to take place. As she is healing herself during this, what you call increased frequencies, this is also energy that she is offering to all of the humans who inhabit her. They may feel disruptive to you based on what you are familiar with, but if you are able to allow them and not push against them, if you are able to do what you can to integrate, these energies will be of benefit to you in many, many ways, on many levels, across many dimensions and planes of existence. She is more powerful than you think. She is more powerful than you have been led to believe. All of these energies are of benefit to her as well as you. Do you have further, more specific questions about what is going on with Mother Earth at this time?
No, that was great. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Gwen.
Hi, I've been recently introduced to light language, so I want to ask for the collective, is that something for just certain people that are more connected to that mode of energy and healing, or is it something all of us can partake in just by constantly doing it?
Excellent question. I just had a conversation about light language, so I'm going to take a little extra time to make sure my perceptions are out of the way and tune in and get a clear message from them for you, Gwen. So give me just a few more moments here. Light language is available to all. Light language is not specific to us. It is energy. Energy is available to all. It is the language of creation. Humans have been so far removed from their origin that when they hear the language of creation, this energetic, robust, ancient language, it sounds unintelligible and untranslatable. Just as we have mentioned with the energies coming forth from Mother Earth, continue working with the light language. Allow yourself to integrate it, to receive it. Your soul understands it. Your eternal soul speaks this language, understands it, remembers it, is fluent. It's a remembering, carries an energy, the energy of creation. We cannot think of any detriment to any and everyone working with this energy, with this language. We encourage you, if you have any interest, to continue pursuing this, to allow yourself to receive it in whatever form it shows up for you, written, spoken, singing. Feeling. It is all of great benefit to you. It is accessible to everyone. You do not need a degree to work with this language. You do not need to be tutored in this language. You only need to open yourself up to remember this is the origin of all languages. This is how creation communicates with itself. Do you have further questions about light language?
No, thank you.
I wish you guys could see what I see in my mind's eye. It's so beautiful. I can't even describe it. As they're showing me light language, they're showing like a visual representation of it. It's very colorful, more colors than I have probably seen in a long time. Just a great representation. Thank you, Gwen, for that question. Johnny.
Do animals have souls, and can they reincarnate in into other life forms? And attached to that is, can humans reincarnate into another life form on this planet?
Ooh, Johnny with the hard ones. Again, it's not hard for me. I have to get my ideas of this out of the way. So give me a moment to get a clear answer from our interstellar friends. Do animals have souls? person that was speaking for the Sirian Council is stepping back, and I'm waiting. You can only describe this energy as the word druid comes to mind. They're presenting as a tree, but as a living, walking, talking tree, strongly connected to Earth before Earth had humans. And I'm waiting for answer or clarity. We will try to explain it to you in this way. Everything is energy. Collections of energy, which are favorable and work well together, can become sentient, have become sentient. This is how living organisms, and even you humans, were formed. Energy, then sentience. Anything that has sentience has a soul. A soul is another way of saying a collection of energy with a specific intent and purpose. Your animals have souls. Humans have souls. Tree beings like myself has a soul. Mother Earth has a soul. Can souls incarnate in different forms? Yes. Yes, but, as you humans like to say. What we find from our vantage point is that this is a slower process than most of your storybooks portray. If a soul chooses to incarnate as an animal, there will be several hundreds, perhaps thousands of incarnations so that they can experience everything that the animal kingdom has to offer. If a soul chooses to incarnate as a human, there will be several hundred, perhaps thousand incarnations in different human forms so that that soul can experience all the human experience has to offer. If the soul chooses to have a different experience, such as switching between animal and human, this often happens gradually over several lifetimes. Currently, humans have told stories of having a lifetime as a cat, and then immediately having a next lifetime as a human, and then perhaps choosing to be a horse. From our vantage point, we do not see this incarnate hopping as happening that rapidly. Instead, we would see a human who has experienced all that they want to experience from the human vantage point and who has decided that they would like to experience an animal vantage point. We see that shift taking place over lifetimes. Perhaps the human begins displaying more animalistic tendencies while still in human form until they are ready to smoothly transition into animal form. It is often a gradual process rather than a leap. You have friends, you have people you know that when you look at them, they seem to portray traits of an animal. They are either transitioning to an animal or transitioning from lifetimes of being an animal into a human, and those traits linger. So yes, it is possible. Very old souls. A very old soul would be able to give you information on what that transition and what those two separate vantage points are like. Because as we mentioned, it takes several lifetimes, several experiences to even decide as a soul that you have finished with the human experience and then want to move on to an animal experience. It takes several lifetimes, several incarnations. If you come across a human who you suspect was once an animal or is shifting or changing into going into an animal incarnation, just know that that is a very ancient, wise soul. You can learn much from these individuals if these individuals are willing to tap into their own storehouses of knowledge. And we are saying that because there are some who have incarnated for the first few times as a human from having previously being an animal, and they are unaware of their animalistic past. Give them time. They have much to share with you. Was there another question about this topic?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. Thank you very much. It was very interesting.
All right. I'm going to have to put my spectacles on because it appears there are some questions in chat. One moment. I'd love to know if disclosure will occur sometime soon. Cora, is Cora still here? Cora, I'm going to ask you to unmute and give me more context. What do you mean by disclosure?
I mean, a general admission or awareness of extraterrestrial life visiting our planet.
Absolutely, yes, but that's me answering. Let me let them answer.
Yes, yeah, yes, amen, and hurry up.
Yeah, right,
I want
right.
to meet you. I want to meet
Tom.
you. Yeah.
I know I don't believe in Tom, but hello, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Yes, let me get back connected, and I'll give you an answer from their vantage point. The question of all questions. I'm going to describe what they're visually showing me, and then I'll see if there's a communication and a language translation. Visually, what I'm seeing is the whole stadium of interstellar beings who have gathered for our session, all lit up, all got very excited, very happy, very joyful. It feels like a celebration. It feels like anticipation of a party that is yet to come, but the entire party has been planned out down to the smallest of decorations, the tastiest of treats. And now they are just eagerly awaiting the party date. So there's a lot of excitement. It's what they're visually showing me. And I'm going to tune in and see if they can verbally answer your question. We are here. We have been here for some time. We are making our presence known. In more measurable ways. Many of you are already seeing, sensing, communicating with us. And your question is, when will all my friends be able to see what I see so that they do not think I am crazy? Previously, we always answered this question by saying soon. Almost. We are getting ready. Now we offer you this answer. We are here. We are showing ourselves. We are working on how to be present in your dimension. We are multidimensional beings. This is a momentous undertaking for us. We are just as excited and anticipatory about it as you are. We are here. There will soon be undeniable physical is the word we will use because that is the only word that we can find through this channel that makes sense, but it is not quite a right fit. But you will still soon not soon. We are currently manifesting in ways that are more easy for humans to perceive. As we work out the kinks on how to be present in your dimension while still remaining multidimensional, on how to best show ourselves to you, you will begin hearing more reports of individuals being aware of our presence in all of the many varied ways that we are making our presence known. As we work on perfecting this skill of presentation, so to speak, that is what you would refer to as a waiting period, because you are waiting for us to show up in mass and land our spaceships in your front yard. We are still working on our presentation, but we are here. And we will make ourselves known to all of mankind, not just to the few who are interested in seeing us, but to all of mankind in a way that will be undeniable. It is happening now. The wait is over. We are here. I feel them stepping back. Do you have any further questions?
Just want to say yay and wonderful and welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes, Jacqueline, if you could read the next one to me.
The next question is from Zalea. How should we be preparing ourselves with this major shift taking place?
We will speak specifically to those who are spiritually inclined and those who we know are star seeds, which is most of those of you who are gathered here together in this specific session. And then we will speak to the collective, meaning all of humankind. So specific to your question, how can you better prepare for the shift? You are doing that. You are doing that now in this very moment just by asking the question. Open yourself up to be receptive. Allow yourself to feel into anything that you might perceive as a discomfort during this shift. It is not a discomfort from our vantage point. It is a reacclimation to who you truly are. Higher vibrations, higher frequencies, different dimensions might feel discombobulated. Allow yourself to welcome in that energy. It will settle out and leaven itself. Specifically to you who have asked the question, any energy work that you can do related to accessing higher frequencies or higher vibrations would be beneficial to you. Acclimating yourself to higher frequencies and higher vibrations incrementally. Do not jump into the deep end of the pool if you do not know how to swim in those energies. But you can start in the shallow end and work your way to the deep end, allowing your body, your soul, your energy, your mental facilities time to acclimate to these higher vibrations. We often say meditation, but we are not offering meditation to you at this time because we would like you to be more consciously aware of working with these energies, which means we do not want you in a trance state as you work to acclimate to these energies. Sometimes that is beneficial, but right now, speaking to the one who asked the question, it would be beneficial if you can allow yourself to be more conscious and more intentional in welcoming in these higher frequencies. Speaking to the collective, how can you all collectively of human beings get ready for this shift? Welcome in this shift. Release, release, release. Your work is to release that which is holding you down, that which is holding you back. the energy, the shift will take care of itself. You have so many beneficial forces focused on this planet at this time. You do not need to worry about moving into higher dimensions or what that entails. You will be helped and supported, aided, guided. Your only job is to release that which is holding you down so that you can find your natural buoyancy so that you can float higher. Getting to the higher frequencies is effortless once you release that which is binding you and holding you and weighing you down. It is if you are taking the weight off of a helium balloon. There is no effort required from the helium balloon to float to those higher levels, higher frequencies. It is easy. It is removing the weight that requires your work. Do you have any further questions?
There's
No,
one
thank you.
There's one more from Zalea. Is there a spiritual meaning behind seeing black specks in our eyes?
I'm going to tell you what I'm sensing while I wait for an answer. I'm sensing that they enjoyed the question. I'm sensing a curiosity. I'm sensing a being saying, let me look. And it's as if they are mixing with your energy so that they can see what you see before they answer. I'm feeling lighthearted energy, a bit of humor and laughter from our interstellar friends. This feels like the energy that I know as Sanat stepping forward to answer. And he's saying, everything in your life has spiritual meaning. Everything. You are spiritual. There is nothing that is not spiritual. There is nothing that does not hold meaning for you. Everything has a spiritual meaning. The question is, are you apt at applying that spiritual meaning to your life in a beneficial way? The specks that you see when your eyes are closed, me and my interstellar friends are able to manipulate those specks into patterns, into messages, into pictures, into symbols, into what you would interpret as nonsense. It is another way that we are able to translate and transmit energy to you, specifically to you, the one who is asking the question. Your intuition, your knowing that there was something more to the specks that you see for you on your journey is correct. I just keep seeing that this is me talking. I'm seeing a visual representation of an interstellar love and light being, all good, nothing to be afraid of, manipulating the black specks that you see while your eyes are closed, just arranging them in different patterns. And it's not like a coherent pattern. It's just like they're moving this one down here and this one is trailing over here. And it might not make sense to your human brain, but just the fact that you feel that something else is going on, I'm getting an affirmative nod that yes, that is one of the ways that beings on your spiritual path are choosing to communicate with you. Let me step out of the way again and see if it feels like there's more that they want to say. This is Sanat speaking again. The black dots that you see with your eyes closed is not just our playground. There are many energetic forms and beings who are able to send messages in this way for you. And we delight anytime, any being, but specifically humans. Your human experience is so rich and so expansive as we look down on you. So many possibilities and opportunities, so much abundance. And we delight when you find new ways, interesting ways to receive messages, to play with energy, to allow us to play with that energy with you. If this is a pleasurable way for you to communicate with us, to experience energy, then we will continue. Do you have further questions?
There are two more questions in chat before Kat. The next question, one is from Ryan. And it is, does the Sirian Council Collective have any messages to me for my spiritual development?
We have messages for you all regarding your spiritual development. These terms, these words, make almost everything in your human existence seem as if it is a job or a chore or a challenge. Spiritual development almost has an energy of a task, a process attached to it. From our vantage point, you can't not. Just as a baby cannot stop itself from growing into a toddler, your spirituality can't not evolve, expand, grow, develop. The reason why it often feels like a job or a task is always a reason of not quite being aligned with the progress. For many humans, your soul expands, grows, develops, experiences at a faster rate than your human self. And your job is always one of alignment. How can I, in my human physical form, align with that which my soul is experiencing in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, in this moment? How can I align right now, right now, right now. The development will take care of itself. The development is taking care of itself. Your soul is always developing, expanding, moving, growing. Your job is just to align with that more expanded version of your soul in any given moment. So, to answer your question more succinctly, how can you help or aid yourself or work on your spiritual development? Alignment. Keep answering the call of your soul. Keep listening to the voice of your soul, of your spirit. In every moment, as often as you can, ask yourself, are you aligned with where your soul has expanded to? Do not worry about working on your development. Concern yourself with allowing your alignment. Let it be easy. Let it be fun. Let it feel like flow. Let your soul guide you and lead you to exactly the perfect spot for your physical human incarnation. It should feel like a beautiful journey, a trip on a lazy river, floating, experiencing beauty, finding alignment again and again and again. And each time you find that alignment, it should feel like joy, happiness, excitement. Every time you find joy, happiness, and excitement, you are finding alignment. You are expanding to where your soul has expanded to. Do you have any further questions on this topic?
No, thank you.
Oh,
One more question in chat and then Kat's question, and we have 10 minutes left. Cody's asking, how do I know if I'm a starseed?
I think my Sirian friends are having a little fun with me, but I will tell you what's going on up there. The Sirian Council, they're being funny. The Sirian Council, they're kind of all gathered together and they're calling out kind of like to the rafters to the rest of the crowd. And they're like, is anybody here for Cody? Can anybody confirm that Cody is part of your tribe? So they're kind of having fun with it, but let me see if I can get them to answer in seriousness. This is Sanat again. Of course you are a starseed, my dear. Of course you have a correspondence here among the stars. It has been our experience as we look down upon humankind that any humans who are asking, questioning, curious about an origin other than Earth, anyone who thinks they might be a starseed, anyone who wants to be a starseed, absolutely is 99.9% of the time. From our vantage point, human is populated at this point in human existence completely by starseeds. There are a few who are not. Most of human at this time in human evolution, in your planet's evolution, have origins either other than Earth or they are hybrids of those who were origins planet Earth who produced an offspring with someone who was origin planet, not Earth. This is what we mean by hybrid. You are a starseed. Almost all of you are starseeds or hybrids, or from other realms and dimensions who are visiting Earth at this time. There is a very small, almost too small to measure, I see Sanat looking over Earth. Sanat is saying, I cannot find anyone who is of human origin on your planet at this time. That does not mean that they do not exist. That means from my vantage point and my quick scan that I do not see anyone on Earth at this time who is completely and fully of human origin. So for the most part, anyone who asks, am I a starseed? We almost unequivocally answer yes, without giving too much thought to it. But you can rest assured that you are a starseed. There seems to be some newness associated with that. I am seeing Sanat talk to beings, interstellar beings that are familiar with your path and your existence, but I am not able to hear that conversation. I do not know what is being said. It seems to be high energy. There's love. I can tell you the emotion. It feels good, but I can't make out what is being said. Sanat is coming back to me now, and he's just saying that your star planet of origin beings will be working more closely with you to help you identify what parts of your starseed existence can most benefit you on your path at this time. And then he's stepping away, he's stepping back.
Okay, Kat, you want to unmute and ask your question? We have 4 more minutes.
Thank you. My question has 2 quick parts. One, when I was driving home the other day, I saw a flash in the sky that was, it was so fast, it was like a photography flash. And it was a vertical line that probably 20 feet high and brilliantly bright. I'm just wondering what that was, if they can tell me. And the second part is, how can we see more things like that? Like, how can we see them? I assume that was them.
The first thing I heard was, it sounded, it had the energy of a young persona. I'll just say that, a young, happy, joyful. And I heard, she saw us, yay, it worked. That was indeed some of the beings that we have sent to help us determine what is the best way to present ourselves to you. So yes, you did indeed see us. Many of those happenings are increasing all over your planet at this time. We appreciate and thank you for not being fearful when you saw us. The more of you who can maintain an emotion, a frequency, a vibration of excitement, curiosity, wonder. When you see us, the better it will be for all involved. The energy of fear has been very restrictive to our efforts for a very long time. As you know, on your planet at this time, fear is showing up. Fear is being more clearly seen by the masses. Fear in many social constructs and situations is bubbling up, reaching a boiling point. And when it does, and when you choose to let go of it, collectively speaking, that will make our visitations much more easier. So again, we want to thank you for not attracting the energy of fear when you saw us. We would encourage anyone who is willing to help support our visibility on your planet to try to stay as far away from fear as possible regarding interstellar communications or sightings or visitations. We cannot wait to visit with you in a way that is pleasing for both of our energy patterns. What you can do to see more is be open to be seeing more. Be on the lookout. Be open to receiving us in ways that might seem uncommon. Many of you are looking for flying saucers in the sky, and yes, we have the ability to do that. And yes, we will do that. Yes, we have spaceships, as you call them. They are more energetic in nature and less metal and bolts. But yes, that is one way that we present ourselves, but we ask you to expand your understanding because we are showing up in many ways. We have taken many forms on your planet. We are able to mimic many beautiful things on your planet. So you will be able to see us by expanding your awareness of what seeing us means, by being open, by letting go of fear, and by letting us know that you are a safe individual to show ourselves to, which you have already done. We thank you for that. Next time we need to test out something, we will keep you in mind. And they're stepping away now. All right. Thank you all so much. This is one of the funner, is that a word, sessions that I've had. I really enjoyed this. Could not happen without your lovely questions to prompt them with their answers. So thank you all so much for this. We do this once a month on the first Tuesday of every month. I hope you all come back for the next session. And I hope this information benefited you on your spiritual and your human path. Thanks, everyone.